in my mind. This morning I had an idea for a package, and I took some time today to build that and play around a little bit with the idea. Now, before heading into the package itself, I'm going to do a little bit of a promotional thing, as you might have guessed. I've recently created this course, the Laravel package training. I'm really proud of it. It explains to you how you can build a package like the one that I'm going to show you from scratch. You can also learn how to build framework agnostic packages, and we'll also dive into some popular packages. In this stream, I'm also going to dive in. I'm also not going to show you how my new package works, but also or how you can work with it, but also how it works behind the scenes. And probably I'll also record a video of it and add it to this course. Now, to thank you for watching, I have this promo code going on. If you decide to buy the course, then you get a 10% discount if you use this coupon code. So screenshot it or write it down. I'll show it after after I'm done with my presentation as well. And something that you can also do is sponsor Spatie. We do a lot of open source work and a lot of maintenance as well. And those donations really help to give us more time to do that. Okay, that was that. So that out of the way. Let's see in the chat. Mohammed, you already bought it. That's cool. Louis, you too. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. There are a lot of people that already bought it. Cool. Okay, salesy talk out of the way. Let's get into development mode now. So for an application I'm working on, I needed to create some functionality or use some functionality that is not in Laravel itself. And we're going to talk a little bit about the scheduler. You know probably that you can schedule commands here, and you can run it like maybe every hour. That's an hourly, I guess. You can also run, I think, every 50 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. And you can also run stuff every minute, which is like the minimum amount of time, because that scheduler is based on cron. Which is of course a Unix functionality, and cron only supports like a minutely frequency. But sometimes, and in my project I needed that, you want to execute something that is below a minute. Maybe you want to execute it every 30 seconds or maybe even every second. And I thought a little bit about this. And this morning, the solution popped in my mind, and it's actually the implementation is actually quite simple. But let me show you to it first. So, what you need to do as of now, because this is like the most easy API that I have going, but I'll probably improve on it if I have some more time. What you can do is, we're here now in the console kernel. And what you can do here is add a function. And you should name it short schedule. And that accepts a short schedule object. And you can name it short schedule or schedule. Or the package doesn't mind how it's called. And then on that schedule, you have a command, and you can run any artisan command that you want here. And I've already prepared one. I have a test command here. So, and the signature is test. So I can call it test here. And I can just run this if I want every second, and then it will run every second. Okay, let me show you to that this one actually works. So test command. What should I do next? Ah, yeah, I should also run this this schedule. There's like a command, a never-ending command that you should run that will handle this short schedule, and it's called for the normal schedule. You should run schedule run every minute on your server, but for this one you must run short schedule run. And this starts like a process that never ends. I probably should add some output here that says, hey, we're running. But you can see that it's running because I don't get my prompt back. Now, let me split my terminal vertically. Yeah. What this test command will do is it will get a random string. It will log that to the log. LD, that's actually another package of mine called Laravel log dumper. And you can basically dump everything you want here. I'm using just a string here, but you can use this to log classes or arrays or anything that you want. Any amount of arguments that you want. Just don't think about it. Everything you throw in the log dumper will get dumped to the log, no matter what kind of object that it is. Then I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to end the command, but let's not do this yet. Let's just write something to the command and see that it actually works. So I've changed this command. I'm going to tail the log. That's actually another package of ours, Laravel tail, and it will just display each line that is written in the application log. It will display that in this terminal. So I'm tailing the log now, and I'm going to start the short schedule. And with any luck, you can see that this now executes every second. And you can see that we just generate another string every second. That's how it works. I see here a mention. I can't believe that you don't use the test command class. Yeah, that you can do as well, of course. You can, if people don't know that, you can use like the class name of the test here. So it's test command in my case, and that will work as well. That's basic Laravel functionality. Okay, cool. Of course, let me stop. Oh no, I don't have to stop the log. Actually, that can stay running, but let me stop the loop. Of course, you can also say like, I want to run this like every 5 seconds. And let's start the loop here. And then, yeah, now it has executed. And now you can see there's like some time between it. So yeah, here's 5 seconds between that. So your head is blocking the tail. Oh, sorry, wait, let me fix that. That's a sentence that I didn't expect it to be said to me today. So I like that. What else can I show you of this? Yeah, of course you can run as many commands that you want here. If I want to have like the inspire command here, you can add that to this as well. Let's see what happens right now if the command takes some time. So I'm going to put sleep in here, and I'm going to run it every second, but the command itself takes 4 seconds. Let's see what happens. So shouldn't have stopped the tail. Let me start it again. Let's start the short schedule again. Okay, and now you can see it starting those commands, and it doesn't stop when the command is still taking process. Then it will still execute new commands, even though my test command takes 4 seconds. A new command will be run each time. Now, if you don't want that behavior, then you can add something else here, and that is without overlapping. So whenever a command is busy, we won't schedule this one over it again. So yeah, I stopped the tail again. I really should stop doing that. I should stop the short schedule here. Let me start it. So we are running the command every second, but the command itself takes 4 seconds, and we don't want to overlap it. Let's see that this actually works. So I'm starting that command, and you can see that now we only start a new one when the previous one has ended. That's how that works. Now, maybe I will reverse that behavior, that by default it is overlapping, or it isn't overlapping, and you should add can overlap or something. I don't know what the default behavior is. Probably I will mimic what Laravel does. Okay. Yeah, that's basically everything that this package can do. I think it's very powerful and very elegant. If you run this on production, of course, you should have something like supervised monitoring that command, because it should run at all times and it should be started when your server starts. And whenever you do a new deploy, you should restart this command so it gets the fresh schedule. Now, things that I'm still thinking about, and some of my friends have made some suggestions, is maybe I kind of like it now. I think that we have like a separate short schedule, that it is very clear that these ones are scheduled in a different way than that. But I'm thinking of maybe adding support that you use like the short schedule in the normal scheduler, and probably we would name the schedule class and also schedule, so this looks the same, but that you can do stuff like this, that you can maybe I don't know, short command here, and that we use like the same scheduler, but we do another hint here. Then you have test here, and then here it's every second or something. But of course the coolest thing would be if there would be like no difference at all, that you could just use it here. But I'm not there yet. I should I'm going to see if I can make this happen, because that would be definitely be better than doing it here. But having the functionality here is already a pretty big win, I think. Now, before I dive into how this works under the hood, I'm going to take a look at the comments and see what is here. How about starting short schedule run with the Arn Francis Laravel pseudo daemon package? I don't know that package, so I can't really comment on that. Is there any reason you didn't want to make like a contribution to the existing Laravel schedule class? Well, I need this functionality like in a few days, and it is actually faster for me to just build it and share it with the community than to PR it and probably have to wait for weeks until everybody gets like on the same page, like how this should be implemented. There are actually some extra dependencies needed to make this work as well. And I think it's very good that there is a lot of thought being placed in whether it's worthwhile for Laravel to add extra dependencies, because then you will need to pull in these new dependencies for everybody, also people that don't need this functionality. So the answer for that, why I don't contribute it to Laravel immediately, is because I need it very fast, and I wouldn't mind if somebody would contribute it to Laravel in some way, or that the team at Laravel would take inspiration of it and just add it yourself. But I think it's good that it starts out as a package. I suppose it uses React PHP. Whoa, yes, I think it does. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Let's see what else is here. Why not have this part of Laravel instead of a separate package? I answered that. Yeah, it is macroable. So it is. So Eddie says that event is macroable, And I know that I played a little bit with that, but I didn't get all the way there to get it, because I also think it's very important to have auto completion. If I only have like the width overlapping option now, and if I would use a macro, you would basically lose auto completion. You wouldn't even get like auto completion for this method, which I think is quite nice for DX. You posted a tweet about Laravel demons. Yeah, I'm very forgetful about these things. Ah, yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, I put it on my blog. Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look later at it. Yeah. What real world use cases are there for this? Well, yeah, I think if you want to, for instance, monitor something in less than a minute, yeah, then you would need something like this. I can think of a lot of things that need like sub-minute things. So yeah. Okay, I think we have answered all the questions. So let's go to the implementation of this. And so I already added this to a package, laravel-short-schedule. And yeah, maybe it is fun if I just make it public before all of you, so you can take a look at it while I'm explaining it as well. So off screen, I'm going to the package. Pum, pum. Yeah, let me show it to you. So here is the package that I worked on. Let me put in a link here to our open source page. That's Bossy. And let's put a few topics here as well. PHP, Laravel, schedule, I don't know, sub-minute, is that a thing? Like that. Let's go to the settings. Make this repository public. I thought about having like a sponsor goal before I did this, but yeah, I already nagged a lot of times on Twitter for becoming a sponsor, so I'm not going to do that now. Let's just share the fun and make this one public immediately. If you like the package, consider sponsoring Spassy. That's all I'm going to say about it. So now you can see that package. Let's dive into it. Oh, if you like it, start as well. Would be nice. Let's go to the package itself. So do I have it already open here somewhere? I don't think so. No. Laravel-short-schedule. Let me move it from the separate browser here. From the other screen to this screen, I mean. Okay, how does this thing actually works? So we have a service provider here, which registers this command for you to run. That's that schedule command, so short schedule run. And let's see what's inside of that one. So we have a class here, short schedule it is called. Let's see, are there any problems with the stream? Currently watching your TV, manageable. Oh, the volume is not too good. Wait, maybe I can increase the volume a bit here. No, it's at maximum volume here. Maybe I should put the mic a little bit closer. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so we have that short schedule class here. Let's open it up, and we are going to call register commands, and there's already a little bit of black magic in there. Let's see. So if we take a look at the kernel again, where I demoed this, then you can see that we have like a protected function short schedule here, and it is protected because this one is protected as well. And I think that if I say to people, hey, add a short schedule function, that they will make it protected, but actually it should be public, but I don't want users to care about it at all. So I use a little bit of reflection to get that short schedule class and make it public so I can call it from this class. So sorry about that, but it just works, you know. So with the protected function made public, we can actually invoke it. And we will give it the kernel class itself. So that's the class where you schedule the command in. And we will give it this. And this, that is short schedule. And if we take a look in the Laravel project itself, let me close up these ones. Let's see them side by side. I don't need this. Then, we just use this class and we pass it to here. So here we have that command here, and that's actually a method on this class. So what are we going to do? So we get a string command and we are going to wrap it in a pending object, a pending short schedule command. Let's take a look at that first. So here we are going to keep that string, and we are going to, let's head back. We are going to return that pending command. So you can use those other functions every second and every seconds and without overlapping. And you can see that in this class, we just set like variables on this class itself. So it's basically we store some configuration wrapped in an object. Okay, let's head back. So the command that we have, that pending short schedule command, we are going to keep it in an array, in one of the two arrays here, so we can reference it later. So that's everything that is done in the register commands and command class. And if we take a look a little bit further in that artisan command, so we register all the commands and then we are going to start the schedule. Yeah, short scheduler, it is a little bit of a tongue twister, Bram, indeed. Okay, start. What are we going to do here? And here we come to the meat of the package. So this is basically all the secret sauce. So we create a loop, and it's a React PHP loop. Somebody already hinted that. So I learned to work a little bit React PHP when I was collaborating with Marcel on the Laravel WebSockets package. And it opens a lot of interesting possibilities. If you want to learn more about React, Marcel just released a mini free course on React PHP to get started. And I was watching that yesterday, and then this idea popped in my head. So what you can do with React PHP, it basically has a loop that never ends. And on that loop, you can add some stuff. And we add a periodic timer here. This is just saying like, you should you should specify an amount of seconds here. So maybe 5 or something. And then this closure that you give it, it will actually be executed every 5 seconds. If you give it 1 here, then this closure will be run every second. And that's basically how we get like sub-minute intervals. So what are we going to do? For each command that we registered, and that was a pending scheduled command, we are going to add a periodic timer. And what is our frequency? Well, the frequency that we defined on that pending command. What are we going to do there? I'm going to skip this for a bit because this doesn't happen the first time. What are we going to do is we are going to start a symphony process, which is actually a process on its own outside of this loop. And we are going to call PHP artisan and then what you gave us. So in this case, it was test. Then right before we started, we send out an event so other things in your application can hook into this. And then we are going to start the process. And probably you have seen run process because that's the most common use case. And with run, you just block the current process. Then if you're after this line, the process will have been finished. But if you use start, then that process will actually be started in the background. Okay, and then we are going to keep this process in our class. And I've said to you that this loop never ends. So the next time we will call this callable, we will be in the same process. So this process's array, it won't be emptied because we're still in the same process. That's a little bit of a mind bender if you're not used to working with never-ending processes. In PHP, you think like there's one execution and then it stops, but here the execution actually never stops. So the next time, what are we going to do? We are going to get like the command string again. So this is like test. That's what we feed to PHP artisan test. And if there is already a process for that command string, and if it is still running, this is something on the Symfony process class. And if we don't allow overlaps, then we are going to bail out. Then we are not going to start another process. But if the process isn't running, or we actually allow overlaps, then we just are going to start the process again. And I think with that is basically the entire package. That's how it works. Now, what I'm still going to do is I'm going to polish it a bit. I'm going to decide what is good behavior for the allow overlaps. I'm going to write some tests, and probably I'm going to think about what kind of API do I want? Do I want like a separate thing here so it's very clear that this is another kind of scheduler, or do I want to just try to integrate as much as possible? I don't know yet. I'm going to talk with my team on this. I'm going to talk with some friends about this and then make a decision. Yeah, I should also say I'm working on these packages and I've shown you it, but for like getting the details right, I consult other people as well, because I think like having multiple opinions is always a good thing. So let's see if there's anything in the chat here. Short scheduler, what a tongue twister. It's a tongue twister. Be careful with dispatching those events as they will block the AI and your sub-scheduled commands get blocked. Yeah, I should probably put like a warning for that in the README. Thanks for that, Marcel. And I don't know if you were here, Marcel, when I said it, but I already instructed people to go and see your mini course, which is excellent. Got it, nice catch. If Laravel started using the React event package for a scheduler, then the short schedule can be a part of Laravel as well. Yeah, indeed. If they decide to add that, then you could have it natively in Laravel as well. Yeah, probably I will nag Taylor with, what do you think of this? Which Alfred workflow are you using for PHP Storm? I have a little workflow here. I've blogged about it. I'll put a link in the chat after the stream. No, it was asked above, but is there mod performance impact on the server? Almost none. Check the Beyond Code site. That's where the mini course is. And that is it, I think. So I hoped that you liked this stream, and I hope you will like the package itself. If you think that there's anything that can be improved, just open up a pull request. If you see a problem, open up an issue. If you liked this walkthrough of a package and you want to see more, consider buying our Laravel package training, or at least the ones that didn't see it yet. And here is that coupon code again if you want to have a 10% discount on that. And I think, with that, we are finished. I hope to release the package somewhere next week or something. I think that it's already stable. And yeah, I don't see any big features missing at the moment. Okay, that is it. Goodbye, everybody, and see you next time.